Bridgestone Production Car Championship racing topped the ball with a tight Zwartkops circuit, posing both drivers and engineers with unique setup problems. It was no surprise to find an all-wheel drive car on pole position after Friday's official qualifying session, but few people expected it to be Davy Olafier's Subaru.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? Subaru, man, lovely, eh? We knew this was the race, or this was the event that we had the best chance of putting the car in pole. Practicing went very, very well. We were still a bit slower than the other guys, especially the Audis, and the BMs had something up their sleeve, or so we expected. And yeah, when we put the new tires on, we went out and we felt that the car's just hooked up. I mean, it was fantastic. I could push it, I could really be committed through every corner, on brakes, everything. The car was just perfect, and it was awesome.
Olafier's Subaru headed up this season's tightest Bridgestone production car starting grid. The times of the quickest 13 drivers were covered by less than a second, suggesting a great spectacle in Saturday's races.
Whoa, big start there from Anthony Taylor in the middle of the field. Castrol BMW getting a huge jump start. I think Clint Weston might have joined him as well as they go into turn one. But look at that, Davy Olafier out in front in the Bosel Subaru.
Four-wheel drive, four-wheel action, absolutely flying off the front. He's got another four-wheeler behind him. That's Melville Priest. Here's the new boy. That's Sier Fourie. Great qualifying, but he looks like he's getting shoved around already in the early stages of this race.
Welcome to circuit racing, Sier Fourie. We go on board with the metal paint Subaru, and look at this, absolutely flying down the back straightaway on the tail end of Melville Priest, but he's under pressure on the inside here from Sean Watson-Smith.
Yeah, the Engine Extreme Audi's not going to take any prisoners, and he's offline there. You can already see Stevens. That's Stevens sliding through there. But in the distance, the Subaru of Olivier is starting to run away already. The man is loving the clear air out front.
Yeah, that Subaru has got a turn of pace around this circuit. It's Melville Priest, then Michael Stevens. So I thought that was actually Sean Watson-Smith who snuck up there. Look at that, Johan Fourie snuck up there. He's up in to make it 3 Audis up there with the Subarus. And then the first of the BMWs looks like it's Taylor. But of course, he got the jump start.
On board with Taylor, coming up the inside of Sier Fourie. Seems like the guys are just queuing to get past him. Definitely got a very fast car there, but a little bit of inexperience. Taylor obviously going to get a big penalty, but he is on a charge. Look at Fourie in the background there, already up to 4th place.
He's right behind his oh, look at that! Speaking of teammates, I was about to say Etienne van der Linde. Here comes a big one. Whoa! Action, a plenty. Weston getting it sideways, bumping Sier Fourie into turn 4, and Fourie just hangs on. He's got 4-wheel drive. That's lucky that the Subaru's got that, but Weston ended up in the kitty litter.
Lap 6 now, look at the leader, but this man is putting on a charge. Melville Priest in the Audi, absolutely flying there. Anthony Taylor clawing his way up. His teammate in front of him, that's Etienne van der Linde, making a mistake. Anthony moves up into what looks like 4th position.
Yes, indeed. Good move there from Ant Taylor. Etienne van der Linde getting it sideways on this new surface. It's a little bit tricky for the cars. Remember, we don't have the bikes here this weekend. That's a big pity, but it's all good action as per usual. And Davy Olafier is leading the way by a country mile.
Davy really is running away with this. He has been the man to beat, setting the fastest qualifier. Looks like problems for Priest. He has just pulled off line, Greg.
Yeah, it looks as if there's something pouring out of there. It might be a water hose. It might be a brake hose. I'm not quite sure, but there's definitely problems for the My Car Sonex Audi, and Melville Priest's day is over. But that's going to give this man a monstrous lead.
But look at the man in 3rd place as well. Look at that pressure already here. Fourie on a charge. Here's been the man to beat down in Cape Town at the previous round of the Westbank Super Series, and he's all over the back wheel of Stevens.
So it's 4-wheel drive all about up front here, and this is 2 Audis battling for 2nd and 3rd. Then we go to Taylor in 4th place. Van der Linde under a bit of pressure there from the first of the Nissans. Now it's interesting to see that the Nissans are not even featuring here, as we see Melville Priest going into the pit lane just in the background. The first of them is, of course, Leroy Poulter and the champion, and possibly losing some championship points here big time.
That's Priest coming in there. Are they going to be able to fix that car? He's just watching the championship slip away. Had a very inconsistent year. Look at the lead of that Subaru. The 2nd place battle starting to heat up here. Fourie looking for a way through, almost tucked in under the back wheel of Stevens. And then we've got Taylor. This is a move. Fourie trying to set up around the outside, and it's going to be a drag race down the back straight.
Now, side by side, the 2 Audis, and look at that. It's Johan Fourie Racing Transport car with Johan Fourie on board. Michael Steven in the Engine Extreme Audi, side by side action as they go down the back straightaway now. This is going to be tight stuff, but Steven just has to hang on to that inside line. Fourie's got to be very late on the brakes to get round the outside of him. I don't think he's able to do it, but look at at this, side by side through turn 4.
Very, very brave moves. These guys are going to be dragging all the way up there. You see the crowds on the side. They've got the best seats in the house, but this is a great view. Anthony Taylor looking at it. Michael Stephen going to try and outbrake him. Locks it up. Stephen goes off track.
Can you believe it? Unfortunately, just leaving the braking too late there. Michael Stephen goes into the kitty litter. Johan Verree takes evasive action and keeps Taylor at bay. But of course, Taylor's now going to finish up in 3rd place. And of course, he's going to get a 10-second penalty as well. So that's going to drop him through the field, probably down to about 5th or 6th spot. But here's the first win for Subaru in the Bridgestone Production Car Championship. And the Bosel Subaru team are going to be very happy with that. Johan Verree hanging on to 2nd place. And Taylor comes through in 3rd.
History had been made. Olafier's victory was a first for both him and Subaru in the South African production car racing arena. Another happy man was the 2nd place Johan Verree.
Johan Verree looks like the man of the season. You're always out there, you're always on the front, and you pushed hard to get through a strong 2nd place.
Yeah, it's about a pity about our qualifying yesterday. We ended up 9th. I thought we can do a bit better than that, but this extra weight they put in our car really hurts us. It kills me on the brakes. I didn't actually think I'm going to be that consistent, but what can I say off the start? Demon start. I think I made up 4 positions. Thank you to Anthony that jumped the start, so he messed up everything for the other guys, but I just managed to get past. And then since then I passed Sefi, and then it was a hard race. I think Mel was challenging Oliver, and I was just behind Michaels just to get the points, because I know Leroy is behind me and Sean. I just need to finish ahead of them to close the gap. And next when Melville went, he dropped a bit of oil. I was on the radio, get Vic to pull Melville in, because I'm sliding on oil because it's such a good pace. And then all of a sudden I was right on the back of Michael, and we had a ding-dong battle on the last lap, and I managed to get past him, so I'm happy. I'm finished 2nd from 9th, and the other guys are 6th and 7th, I think, so good for us, good for us.
Yes, indeed, very good for you, but another great start for the Bosel Subaru for Davy Olafier, and he's out in front once again. On his tail, though, once again, it's the MyCar Sonics Audi of Melville Priest.
And then we've got Verree again getting bullied. Now, this man has come to us from Total V8 Racing, so not used to this much contact, and it has been a baptism of fire. But out front, Davy Olafier, absolutely no problem, and the power of that Subaru is immense.
Here comes Johan Verree once again. Verree up the inside of, by the looks of things, Anthony Taylor. No, that was Etienne van der Linde. Taylor just behind Sean Watson-Smith. Then we've got De Cunha. And look at that, Richard Roots. We're on board with Leroy Poulter. We can see the background of his car as well. One of the Sassel Nissans there smoking as they get to the top of the hill. Poulter up the inside of Sapuka. Famato going up the inside as well. So it's the 3 Sassel AE Nissans. And look at that, absolutely hauling up the inside. And the Bosel car on the inside there, that is Richard Roots. So it's Nissan battles at the back end of the field. We're not used to that. Up front, though, it's all about 4-wheel drive.
That's right, Greg. It really has shown a split here at Zwartkops. And look at these guys trying to come through. That's De Cunha who's coming through on the inside. Almost 3 cars abreast coming through that final corner. Things are starting to stretch out a little bit now, but yeah, like you say, 4-wheel drive up front, and you've got to go all the way back to this man. That's Taylor, the first of the rear-wheel drives in the first of the BMWs.
Verree just getting knocked around there, and I think MF Auto Body are going to have some work to do on that car by the end of today's racing, because he's just getting the baptism of fire, as you said. But it's all about bumping and barging. Rubbing is racing, and what a great day for that man to be out in his first production car championship race.
Davy Olafier, clear air, and again is the 2 contenders at the front. Priest hanging in there. Will his car last the race this time? Because it looked like he had a very good chance of taking the fight to the Subaru. At the moment, the 2nd Subaru offline. Verree really battling with today's racing.
Yeah, I think it's just a welcome, and got to get some seat time in that car. That's what all he needs, because he's already up there and shown the pace that's required to get into this formula of racing. But up front, still no problems for the Bosel car. Right on his tail, Melville Priest. Then we go to Sean Watson-Smith. And look at this. Oh, we're on board with Melville Priest, and he's picked up a problem. The same lap, and it looks like exactly the same problem. A water pipe has come loose on that car, and it's causing the car to overheat. So that's going to be the end of the day there for Melville Priest. And 2 DNFs is not what he needed for this championship.
That's right. Absolutely terrible luck for Priest. He was really on the charge, and he was checking out. The rest of the guys were really playing catch-up. And this has just handed a massive, massive lead. You can see the gap all the way back to 2nd place here. That's Stevens, and that is Verree pushing very, very hard. Verree trying to hang on to some championship points.
Yeah, it's all about 4-wheel drive action for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th there. It's Engine Extreme sandwich on the Johan Verree Racing transport car of Johan Verree, and then it's the first of those rear-wheel drive Castrol BMWs. And at this point in time, it's Etienne van der Linde who's putting on the pressure.
You know what, Greg, I've got to say I'm impressed with the man down in 7th place. That's Marco De Cunha in the Nissan dealer team, and he's come on leaps and bounds late stage of the race. Looks like a changed position here. That's Verree sliding up the inside. Also van der Linde coming through on the 2nd of the Extreme Engine Audis. That's putting it ahead of Sean Watson-Smith. Here's the Sassel Nissan battle.
So Formato getting it a bit sideways, pushing Poulter sideways as well. Poulter hangs on, but he's going to have the inside line and hopefully hang on to that position. I think he's able to just do that. But here we go once again. BMW up the inside of Michael Steven. Look at that. Michael Steven just hangs on, but he's got four-wheel drive, so it's going to help him out. And whoa, it's going to help his teammate out as well because Van der Linde's made a mistake. Here comes Taylor to take that position away. So Van der Linde losing 4 positions in 1 corner.
Yeah, he had to back off. He was offline completely, but now there's a battle between the 2 teammates. On the outside, there's Michael Stevens. Watson Smith comes through into 2nd place, and now it's going to be a dice. Who's got the best line down? Faree in no man's land.
Problems for Steven. He slowed up completely there, and that's going to cost him big time because now Cunha's got past him as well. So, closing stages of the race, and we are in for some serious action here.
Subaru's Davy Olivier and Audi's Johan Faree delivered a carbon copy of the opening race results, again taking the first 2 places. Afterwards, we found an ecstatic Olivier in the pits.
I mean, it was, second race seemed to have been a little bit easier. Don't know what happened to Melville's car. And yeah, and at some stage when I saw he fell by the wayside, I basically started just cooling down and preserving the car and all of that. And yeah, it worked out very well.